with my dear friend Steffie, who's just recently moved from South Africa to the UK, and I heard that she was really, really poorly, so I got in touch to talk to her about possibly having a wand. And I'm delighted that she's got such a good testimonial to share with us. So, Steffie, good morning, and please, can you tell everyone in your own words, your story with the magic wand?
Oh, wow. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, I realize it's completely different for everyone who uses it. But I hadn't been well for quite a long time. At the end of April, I had a really nasty bout of I don't know what, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't stop vomiting. Literally went over for, it was more than 48 hours. And my landlady, who's actually a retired anaesthetist, and her husband is a retired endocrinologist. She came down, saw me, and said, "You are going right now to A&E." So she took me in, and that was the beginning of a whole load of different tests and scans and appointments and all sorts. Bottom line, they found a 2.2 centimeter stone in my right kidney. Ouch. And a tumor, a 4.5 centimeter tumor in the left kidney. So what they had to do was deal with the stone first, get that kidney working properly before they could operate on the other one, because I had to have a kidney working.
Sure.
So they did that. And then I've actually had 4 anesthetics in the course of 3 months. I think I spoke to you at the beginning of July, and the final surgery for removing the tumor and the bottom part of the left kidney was the end of August. Mm-hmm. And I got my beautiful, wonderful wand. I think it was during the first week or so of July. And I started using it, and I was using it twice a day. I started with just a minute on each of my hands, my feet, and then obviously on the whole abdominal area. The surgeon had also said he was concerned because for the major operation, he said that because of so many past abdominal surgeries that I'd had, I had a lot of adhesions, and he was very concerned about, he had to get past those and then move the bowel from one side of the kidney to the other before he could actually do anything. And he was very concerned and said he might have to stop and reschedule with a bowel surgeon in theatre. So I was determined this wasn't going to happen. And I started using the wanded water. And now, up to now, I don't drink any other kind of water, all wanded. And I was just absolutely determined that this was going to work. And I honestly, look, it wasn't pleasant. I can't say that I just cruised through it, but I didn't have an absolute terror of it. When it came towards the final one, I had in the beginning, because I didn't know what all this was and how it was going to end and what, but building up to the actual, the main operation, they didn't recognize me because I'd been a blubbering idiot before that. And I went in, I was absolutely calm, quite happy to chat and laugh with the anesthetist and the surgeon and everybody else. And I just put my total trust in them. And it was just last week, the week before, I had my final appointment with the surgeon, and he's absolutely delighted. He said it was completely benign. It was cancer, but it was a very, I can't remember what he called it. I can look it up for you and send it to you. But it is a very low grade or non-threatening type. But he removed the bottom half of the left kidney with the tumor inside, and they were all delighted with the way that the surgery went. And then when he saw me last week, very happy with how things are going. And he just explained that I now, for the next 5 years, I have to have regular scans, CT scans. So the first one is in Feb. I have to have 2 a year for 2 years, and then once a year for 3 years. And then each one of those is followed by blood tests to check kidney function. But I'm absolutely convinced that that's it. It's no more.
I'm so happy for you. And, you know, you were really scared, and I'm delighted that, you know, the wand could help you. And it's not that it cured you or did anything like that, but it certainly helped your mental health.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it would have speeded up your physical recovery. And, you know, you're just one of thousands and thousands of testimonials of people like yourself. I mean, you're a friend of mine, and I'm absolutely thrilled. But if I can also just very quickly add, I have done some remote healing with this incredible unit. A client of mine rang me up. She said, I fell over in the shower and I've really hurt myself. Could you please, because I'd been talking to her about maybe it worked remotely. She said, could you do, you know, a session for me remotely? So as you know, I do energy healing, and I grabbed the wand, of course, and I imagined her in front of me, and I went to sort of just under her right breast and down her ribs. And my head was saying, don't be ridiculous, this can't possibly be working. So I literally did 2 minutes, and I sent it to her, and I said, well, you know, I did this. And she's like, I stopped feeling sick at that precise moment. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then a really good friend of mine who's been really, really poorly, who has her own wand, but she's in very, very poor health, and she hasn't been able to wand very much, but she drinks the water every day. So 2-3 days ago, she said, I'm in chronic backache, and you know, it's a little bit difficult to wand yourself, you know, on your back. So I said, well, let me try it on you. And again, I did 2 minutes. I'm afraid my head always tells me that I can't do things, but anyway, I did it anyway. And she said, oh, the pain's gone. That's fantastic. I can stand up from the couch, which she hadn't been able to move for a day. So I know that this wand is really powerful. Now I'm going to show you here. If you don't know what we're talking about, this is the Pro. No, it's not. It's the... Oh my goodness, I've forgotten the thing. This is the middle one, which is for people who want to use it a little bit more. The one Steffie's got is the Classic, and you can also get a professional. That is called the Pro. And it basically blows terahertz frequency, which is the frequency that we all resonate at, into your body. And what happens is when it encounters deceased or dead or necrotic or you know, ill cells, it kind of replaces them with the really good energy. And that's why we're getting such incredible testimonials. But I do want to just share one more if I can. So the same lady who, you know, she has been living on borrowed time for about 5 years. She got married 5 years ago, and we all thought that would be the end of her, but she's still here, and I'm delighted because she's a really dear friend of mine. But anyway, she rang me up the other day, and she said, I've got some good news about my health for the first time in 5 years. And I said, well, what is it? She said she's in heart failure and all sorts of other complications. She said, oh, my BMP was 12,000 and it's halved. Well, I don't know what BMP is. And of course, usually when you hear numbers like that, you're like, oh no. So I went straight to, oh no. She said, no, that's a miracle. That's really, really great. And they're really happy for me. So yeah, I'm just so thrilled that this came into my life and that I can help the people that I love. It's a really fantastic piece of equipment. I'm very happy. If anybody wants to, as a result of this, to have a chat with me, you can get hold of me on Facebook. My name is Caroline Nettle, or I'm at toxinfreetoday@gmail.com. That's my email. Of course, you can get in touch with Steffie if you know Steffie and have a chat with her. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing your testimonial with us, Steffie. And I'm just so delighted that you're in much better health, and you know, the future is bright. You can just carry on getting well.
Thank you so much for introducing me to this thing. It is honestly it is miraculous. It really is miraculous. Thank you.
You're so welcome.